Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB here on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. Remember to like, subscribe, and thank you for watching my content on this channel. I come back every week, usually on Monday, so check back next week on Monday. And also during the week, check out all the other sweet creators they have on this channel. Also, today we are playing Narset Enlightened Exile Convoke. So this is a deck built around Narset, and she is a really cool commander from March of the Machine Aftermath. She gives all of your creatures prowess. So if you have a whole bunch of creatures, you get a whole bunch of prowess triggers. And that's the exciting and funnest part about playing Narset on Magic Arena, is seeing all those triggers go whoosh. It's great. You'll see. You'll see. Also, whenever Narset attacks, you get to cast a copy of a spell from a graveyard, your graveyard or the opponent's graveyard, either graveyard, if it has mana value less than Narset's power. And since everything, including Narset, has prowess, spells you cast make Narset bigger, so she can cast bigger and better spells, which also, of course, then trigger prowess, because they're non-creature, non-land spells that you can cast with Narset. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And as you can see, we have a bunch of non-creature and non-land spells here in this deck to copy, but the creatures we have are important too, because they make more creatures to give Narset more prowess triggers. And the little friend Skrelv, who protects Narset from the big bad removal spells of the format. It's a very important job. Skrelv does it well. So yeah, other than that, just check out all these sweet spells. We're going to kill our opponent's stuff sometimes. We're going to make a billion little creatures. We're going to draw some cards, and we're going to see this. You know we are winning if this side of the board is just full of prowess triggers. It looks like our land column, but it's just all prowess triggers. That's the idea here. So there's nothing more fun than seeing that trigger section just light up, and that's what we're here for. So let's dive in. Let the enlightened nonsense begin. On the play, we have no token producers, but we do have our colors and some removal spells and some card draw, so I'm willing to try it. Take our time and we'll probably draw what we need. At least I'm an optimist. That's what we're going for. Yep, just play the tapped land here. I think Bolt will cover anything that comes down. Or I hope it does. Plaza of Heroes, Dreamroot Cascade. What's going on? Anyway, token creator, let's go for it. Be assertive. Resolves. An opponent hasn't taken an action yet. Let's go ahead and play the untapped land in case we get lucky and can go Bolt and Meeting of the Minds. Also lets us attack here. Four mana. No action yet from the opponent. It's got to be something. Inga and Essica. Creatures you control have vigilance. Tap for a mana of any color. When you cast a creature, if 3 or more creatures were spent, draw a card. Okay, Destroy Evil loves this, but we don't need to do that right now. Let's Meeting of the Minds. Get a little prowess action going. All right, if I do this now, pew pew. Now we're attacking for 5, but we could also Meeting of the Minds again. Then we're missing a little bit of damage. I think what we do is consider. And yeah, I'll take that. And then again, we could Meeting of the Minds here. Attack for 5. But I think we take the damage. And honestly, I'm going to Bolt my own creature to get a little more. Down to 9. Let's see him get out of that. Pelucranos. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it. 2 Destroy Evils is pretty good. So destroy it. Make the creatures huge. Swing for lethal. That was absolute demolition. And a good showcase of what the deck will do if you leave it alone. Our opponent goes first, but we've got Third Path Iconoclast and the Invasion, so we're doing okay. Do we hold Consider for after the Iconoclast? Let's see what the opponent does. They play Athalia there, absolutely not, but they play Melira. All right, let's get this going. We're gonna need a lot of help to take on the larger creatures that come from the green-white deck. Brutal Cathar, that's mean. But it means they might not have one for the Mentor. Melira also saves the Brutal Cathar if we tried to remove it. So please let the Mentor stick, because this card can be an absolute monster. Yeah, no blocks. We're good. Down to 12, though. Gotta keep an eye on that life total. No, not the Peacekeeper. And the Melira? Oh man, we're never getting rid of this thing. But what will they name? Will they name the Invasion? As we have 2 of them. They name Consider. I guess they're not worried about Stoke. If we play this, we can convoke a Stoke the Flames and make 2 creatures. That sounds pretty good. We can wait for attacks. Opponent can see it coming. They've looked at our hand, but let's see how they attack anyway. The Vanguard. I guess that's the target now, isn't it? But that's okay. Let's see how they attack. All right, so if we kill the Vanguard, the Melira can exile, get back the Vanguard, which makes this a 3 again. If we cast 1 spell, this becomes a 3/3. That's not good enough. So I guess we do this before making blocks. And see if the opponent's willing to give up Melira. What? Scammed. Still okay, though. And they let that go, so that's something. We get another Iconoclast, so we have blockers for days. Ah, this doesn't hit anything. And this is expensive. So I think we're just making these creatures, right? I mean, it's gonna make a lot of creatures. That's something. Now, do we attack the battle? If the opponent blocks with the Peacekeeper and the Coppercoat Vanguard, like, they would block one of the Iconoclasts no matter what. But if we attack with the Monastery Mentor and they trade the Peacekeeper, are we in a better position for it? They just give up the Melira, so I don't think so. So we'll chill. We got plenty more creatures to come. Let's see if the opponent can get through these. Skrelv doesn't get past the artifact creatures. Sigarda, I guess we're going to have to kill that. Any attacks? Because I'm ready for it. Fateful Absence. This just got really interesting. They might give up the Melira to get back the Sigarda. Let's see what they do. We've got to use the Absence this turn as well, though. If we don't, it's a big mistake. Here it comes. Now, we could... A few things we could do. We could Absence in response, but I think we can set up a trap now, because this will destroy it. It will come back tapped, right? So it's not blocking. No, it is. That's untapped. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of a different card. All right, this can still work. What we need to do is get our opponent to put their Coppercoat Vanguard in front of a 2/2. So they have to block these. I guess we can attack with these as well. All right, in front of a 2/2, in front of a 2/2, in front of a 2/2. They don't anticipate another removal spell. Are they rethinking? Are they reconsidering? They're trying to play around a Ganjo. Well, they're gonna get punished for that. And now the Peacekeeper lives, but the Vanguard dies, and the new Phyrexia invasion drops to just one little defense counter. Submit to my creatures. We are inevitable. Where's Narset? Can I have Narset? Narset wants to play. Okay. Okay. Still, good showing for the go wide strategy. This hand has no red mana, but we're going to try it anyway, because if we find a red mana with our consider, then we're doing it. Okay, we're looking at the top of the deck. Looking for help, yeah. And here we go. And all that work to get cut down. And a Bankbuster. Perfect start for the opponent. Let's see if we can find another creature to replace the one we just lost. Hey, that was easy. Do I get to keep this one? Opponent's drawing with Bankbuster. Maybe I do. I do? Oh, it's on now. You're dead. The combat. The Shieldred, sure. Let's Meeting of the Minds first. Opponent might crew this Buster and attack. Let's find out. Nope. All right, destroy your evil. Now let's see if they crew with Buster. If they do, I'll kill that too. It'll be fun. Let's give them the full treatment of misery that they would try to give to us with all of their stuff dying. And I get to draw. And we play Magic. That is a really good draw. Another one. We need a way to kill another one. Narset? Stoke. Stoke will probably get there. Let's play the Narset. Do I have enough red if I do? I do. All right. And then what do we need? 2 creatures. So we go bam, 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 bam. Da-da-da-da-da, charge. Target here. All of that prowess. Pew, 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 pew. Awesome. Please let me untap with this Narset. Please let me activate this Narset. Another Shieldred. Another Evolved Sleeper. Means nothing to me. All right, so we can get this to 4, which means it can cast a 3, which is perfectly acceptable for me. Come on, let it happen. Let it happen. To the face. Destroy evil, perfectly named. Pew! Fire everything you have at that man. I hope that, like, the new Star Wars memes, especially from like the end of the 2nd episode, still hit. Ew, pain lands, but I've got a pretty good hand, so we'll keep it. Lou. Hey, that doesn't hurt me. I love it. Do I consider, though? Or do I wait for the Iconoclast? Iconoclast will probably get countered. Right now I don't need anything specific for this hand to be better. And that was also a very nice draw. Impulse. Okay, not countering the Iconoclast. That's a good start for us. The traditional turn 3 nothing. We've drawn all land since keeping the hand, and I'm starting to get nervous. Attack first. Will you counter this one? We're going quite wide, you see. Thirst for discovery. You got it. Draw 3, discard 1. Up, what's coming is the pivotal turn of the game, where they usually play their Hati Jin, and then they have to protect it. If they have land Jin protection and they counter the Fateful Absence, it's going to be tough. They discarded a Scatter Ray that they could have used. Here comes the Jin. So now that that's in play, their spells cost 1 less. This is a priority check. And they are letting that resolve. Ooh, Meeting of the Minds. We do need that card advantage. We're gonna power through this. Okay, that's awesome, the second removal spell. Let's go for it. So Fateful Absence we want to get countered or fizzled because it gives them a clue. So they'll respond to this with a counter or something. And there it is, negate. So we wanted that negated, but now, kill it. 2 answers, not just 1, 2 answers. And the opponent already knows. We blew up the key turn. Also, we're going to convoke a Meeting of the Minds just to rub it in. So that would definitely get the scoop. On the play with no way to make the tokens, unless you count the invasion, which is usually something we want to play a little later. No removal either, but I'm still going to keep it. The Consider might fix everything. I mean, we have card draw and we have Narset. White mana, huh? Pose like we have a Make Disappear. Don't you dare cast anything. You maniac! All right, we've got to find a removal. This is where Flame Blessed Bolt would actually be really good. Okay, that's not it. That's a good play, but it's not removal. So the Dusk Legion Duelist is going to go up against the Monastery Mentor. No blocks. Ow. Do not remove this. Wedding announcement, that's fine. Now what? Do we invade? If we invade, these are blue and white, so we can Meeting of the Minds and invade here, which is pretty awesome. I wish this had Vigilance and I could attack it right now, but I guess we'll just hold the Meeting of the Minds to prowess on their turn and possibly make some good blocks. Welcoming Vampire, they're going to be getting value. I will also get value. This is going to be a fun little game, but we might be able to just overpower them with our prowess abilities if our board gets wide enough. These draws are okay, but still no removal. We do get to prowess up our board really strong, though. Maybe we're supposed to get a Narset down. These have prowess. There's 4 of these. Let's go for another 2. Actually, no. Let's go for you. Attack here. See what the opponent does. So double prowess is a thing. All of our monks and the Monastery Mentor have prowess plus prowess. The opponent would have to block the Monastery Mentor with 4 power to kill it. We'll see what they do. Yeah, any spell here makes this 1/1 monk a 3/3. I don't think they see it, but they might have a trick as well. Okay, here we go. Double prowess powers activate. You like triggers? Oh, that's awesome. A little late, but still good. And we transform. Triggers! Doesn't matter, damage was dealt. It's just fun. I think we're embleming. We've got 2 more invasions in hand, so the emblem is insanely powerful. Even if they clear the board, the knights will be back. Hopeful Initiate doesn't clear the board. No! Darn it. She didn't live to see the end. Heartbreaking. That's fine. That is just fine. Let's draw 2.
Keep 'em guessing.
We could discard this Iconoclast. I guess we will. Makes sense to keep our cards. Let's take out one of these. Triggers. And again. For Narset. Yeah, you know what you did. You know what you did. And they take it. And that's the game. Ooh, we got into the numbers. Dude, deck is absolutely slaying, actually. On the play, Skrelv Mentor. We have to draw land, but Consider can help. We're gonna need red mana, too. Please don't kill Skrelv. Let Skrelv do work. Although, of course, killing Skrelv means they don't get to kill something else. What is this? The latest version of Raging Goblin. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on the Scamp, remove it to deal 1 damage to each opponent. I consider I bin this second Narset in a row. Do I draw a third Narset in a row? No, I don't. All right, might as well attack because we can't block. It's going to be a scary draw step next turn. In the meantime, the mono red opponent still curving out, as they do. It got there. Mentor. All right. All right. Can we get through a turn cycle and start making creatures? Can we draw a land to get Narset down? Against mono red, you can just slam your Narset, especially if you have a Skrelv. I mean, goodness. All right, they're zapping Skrelv. Because zapping the Mentor won't work. Are they also going to zap the Mentor? Do you have more removal? They sure do. I mean, would it be mono red if they didn't have a perfect hand every time? All right, land. Thank you. Wow, that worked. Narset. Please don't kill her. Please don't kill her. Ah. I'm getting salty. That's a good draw. That's a very good draw. Let's go. Now we can at least remove something. Do we have a way to gain life in this deck? Not really. We just have to take over the game and swing out before we die. Uh-huh. If I block, we can see what they do. I think we do. Because then we get to make this play. And we might kill both of their creatures here. Out of there. Dead. Still 2 cards. That's not that scary. Destroy evil does kill it. Is that the play? Yeah, that's the play. We're doing it. We are doing it. Let's go Meeting of the Minds, convoking these. Because we might still hit a land drop and another spell. I mean, if they have a lightning strike, they should have hit the Monastery Mentor a minute ago. But they're thinking about it like they do. Ooh, Stoke. Well, we don't have another red creature right this moment. But yeah, I still think we swing for 4. We've got to end the game. Like I said, we don't have life gain, so we have to power through and beat them before they draw enough burn. They can power up and attack with their Foundry. We can block with our 1/1. If we don't block, they can make it a 4/4. We're close to like threatening lethal next turn, aren't we? Let's think. All right, Prowess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see 13. If I play Invasion, that makes a 1/1. Yeah, actually we have lethal. we have lethal, potentially, if they go with the Foundry play here. And if they don't, they're probably not going to get there. You see them thinking about it. If they hold up the block, they're not necessarily dead, but they go for it. And that passes priority, so now we know they're out of gas. This consider also makes sure we would have got there. It's a pain-free land. You want to get stoked? Let's get stoked. If you're such a big fan of the card. Killing mono red with burn spells. Well, there's no white source, but maybe the iconoclasts get there. Let's see what happens. The Flame Blessed Bolt also makes me want to keep it. And there's our white source. So here comes Skrelv. It does make for a very painful curve, but I'll take those. It's fine. Opponent with some interesting lands to start that you don't see often. Ow, ow, stop, you're hurting me. All right, can we stop drawing land now though? 5 is a bit much for me. Lots of Field of Ruins, and our only basic is actually in our hand, so we might get Stone Rained here. Get him. Okay, they play Union. They did not Stone Rain me. Maybe seeing the basic made them afraid. So they gain life for each card in their hand. So they've got a nice high life total, and they still have a nice high life total. And we have nothing to bolt. They're a control deck, and we're drawing all removal spells, and that's not good. Stoke the Flames, though? Stoke the Flames is pretty good. You gotta expect a sweeper coming up, though, and that sweeper is going to be devastating. Maybe we should have only played one Iconoclast at a time. Sunset. So they're on 27. They don't gain life. They just make 1/1s. That's fine. We can power our way through the 1/1s. I think it's actually better to target the 1/1 here, which is weird, but we'll stoke one, bolt the other, and then be able to start attacking through. Because we need to get a lot of attacks through. And let's hold back on the Mentor, because I am confident our opponent's going to sweep the board eventually. And I actually want them to use spot removal, so I'm attacking with Skrelv. The reason I want them to use it is because I don't want them to have it after they sweep the board. If they never sweep the board, we'll probably find a way to win. If they do sweep the board, we don't want them to have spot removal left over, because that will kill the Mentor after killing the Skrelv. So if they kill one of my Iconoclasts here, I'm happy with it. Yep, here it is. That's a nasty Sunfall too. Meeting the Mines. All right, let's play the Mentor, hope it lives. Feels bad. Probably the end of our time here as we knew it, as not the matchup we're looking for at all. Okay, they didn't kill it. Well, that's something. I think we just pass. Too risky to attack. Opponent already knows we have no basics from the previous play, so they could Field of Ruin here, but they don't. They're going with Wandering Emperor. They hit pass end of turn. If I hit pass here, they don't get an activation. Oh, they do. Okay, they get last to act. I got confused. I thought it was my turn. All right, how do we want to do this? I feel like we need to save the Absence for this 7/7, but maybe we don't. We could also stoke it.
I'll be
But I think that will come up later. I really do want to get the Meeting of the Minds cast. Opponent wants to be aggressive. If we block and use Meeting of the Minds and they play a second Wandering Emperor, they could kill our Monastery Mentor. So I guess I'll do this. They want to counter my draw too. That's okay. Another one. If they power up and block, that's pretty bad. So I think we just don't attack here. Feels bad, but that's kind of where we are. We have to outvalue this opponent, which is going to be really hard to do. So when they show us a big card draw spell, I think we're done. All right, they have no blue mana open at the moment. They can still flash in a Wandering Emperor for the Mentor, so let's be mindful of that. They can also blow up our only blue mana source with their Field of Ruin whenever they get around to it, and I think they already would have if they'd noticed we didn't get a basic. But I don't think they noticed. Or we'd be blue mana-less by now. Oh, that's... Ooh, okay. Please don't blow up my blue. Rude. They did let it sit around for a while. Looking at their graveyard implies Witness the Future, which means it's that kind of toxic control deck, the one that never actually tries to win. They just try to make you miserable. And we know they run a negate, so that's their counterspell, and it's a really good card against us. All right, that's not a blue land either. We could go for the invasion. If we go for the invasion, they might just play a board wipe. But we really do want to meet the mines, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4 after that. All right. Yeah, I think I have to try. Get him. Just that one because of the meeting. They like to counter another draw too. Okay, we hit blue sources. And still no action. No field. No power up the 7/7, no nothing. So I'm expecting a Sunfall or a Farewell. Okay. They've only got 1 mana left. Never mind. There's your 2nd mana. All right, so we can stoke to get Teferi, but Teferi doesn't do anything. And that's, well, we can go to 8 life. I guess that's the play. The opponent finds themselves in their end game. Here's Teferi. Plus. Decline, because I have plenty of land here. And then we need a land that gains life to still be alive. If they have a Wandering Emperor, they've got it. Sure, that lets me recast it. Interesting. Sliver of hope indeed. If they have a negate, we lose. Don't think we play around it though. Ice cold. Soul sucking in every way, but that's what happens sometimes. They just had it all. It happens. And we are back for a quick post-game wrap on Narset Enlightened Exile. This card is incredibly fun. This deck is incredibly fun. This video will probably come out on a day when bans are announced in Standard, and I think this will be a ban-free deck. I can't foresee any of the cards that we played today getting hit with the ban hammer of Wizards of the Coast, so I think that you guys will be able to play this deck for the next year plus of Standard, which is also really exciting if you're looking for something to put your wildcards into. And if you like a ton of Prowess triggers, and you can enjoy this for a very, very long time. So thank you for having me on the channel. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You are cool.